you guys all for the this D0 of the Africa Internet Summit. That's the Newcomers Day. And I think that to respect the time, I will just show you the agenda of the day, and I will start by the first presentation. So if the okay. Okay, Susan, can you confirm that you can see my?
Can be seen, Bryce.
Okay, all right. So for today's session, okay, for today's session, we are going to have the opening that we are currently doing. After that, we are going to talk about AFRINIG and internet ecosystem. And we'll continue with the AFRINIC activities and initiative that will complete fellowship programs, sponsorship, and all the other programs that AFRINIC is doing. And after the tea break, we are going to continue with ICANN presentation. After ICANN presentation, we are going to have ISO presentation, and we'll continue with AFRINIC presentation. We are going to give you update on AFRINIC resources. And after that, we are going to give you an update on the policy development process and the policies that will be discussed during the AIS meeting next week. And after that, we are going to onboard you guys for AFRINIC meetings. So we are basically talking, in this session, we are going to explain the different steps that we have in our meetings. So these are the points that we are going to cover on this session. All right, so okay, so we are going to do the fellows and the newcomers induction. That is presented by myself. As I just introduced myself, I'm a community development manager at AFRINIC, and this is my email. So for your induction, I will be covering these different points. We are going to have internet ecosystem. After the internet ecosystem, we are going to talk about AFRINIC Limited, what we are doing. And after that, we are going to talk about our initiatives next to the core business of AFRINIC. What are the things that we are doing for the community, part of the core business of AFRINIC? In the internet ecosystem, we are going to describe the internet ecosystem elements, understand their role, and explain why the Africa community has created AFRINIC. Okay, this is the definition of the internet ecosystem. So it's the term used to describe the organization and community that have organically evolved to guide the operation and development of the technology and infrastructure that completes the global internet. So I just read it because it's very important. But another point is that all those organizations have a main goal to ensure that internet is open and to ensure that we keep on developing the internet. So all those organizations, all those countries that are in this ecosystem, as soon as they are working to ensure that internet is open, internet is developed, they are part of the ecosystem. So these are the ecosystem players, internet ecosystem players. So in the heart, we can see that we have the area here. We are going to focus on the areas later. But in the middle, we have IANA. That is a function to assign IP and name to the entire internet community. Into the internet ecosystem elements, also we have what we are calling the standard organization. Those organizations are working to create standards that are used by all the devices that want to use the IP, the internet protocol. So they have to follow those standards to ensure that they can communicate with each other. So we also have the DNS, that is, we have the generic top domain level, and we have the route servers, and we have the country codes top domain level. So basically, in the generic top domain level, we have the hello, can you still get me?
Yes, Bryce, we can hear you.
Okay. So we have the .com, .net, etc., etc. And the country code, we have the country name like .ci, .mru, .fr, etc., etc. And after that, all those elements are working for the end user. So you can see from the right and the left, they are all working for the internet, the user that we are all. And we also have a relation with governments and all those elements. So government give advice to ICANN. They have seats at the ICANN board of directors. So we are going to have details on that when my colleague Yaobi from ICANN will discuss about ICANN. And we also have Internet Society, that is another key element of the Internet ecosystem. And Internet Society is also working for the development of Internet. And we are going to have a presentation about Internet Society today as well. We also have the Internet service providers that are also important in our Internet ecosystem, because they are the ones that give Internet access to the end user. So the areas here, we are going to focus on the regional Internet registry because AFRINIC is one of them. And the IP address that you guys are using today to connect to this platform have been issued to your ended service provider by a regional Internet registry. So if you are living in Cote d'Ivoire, for instance, and your Internet service provider is Orange or MTN or Move, as soon as you are using their internet, the IP address to connect to the internet, this means that you are using RIR services, because RIR is giving resources to internet service provider for you guys to be able to connect to internet. Now let's see the RIR system evolution. So in 1981, we have the central registry. At this time, we didn't have any regional internet registry. So the first regional internet registry have been created in 1992. After that, we have RIPE-NCC and AFRINIG. So those are the area per region. So ARIN is for North America. RIPE-NCC is nope. RIPE-NCC was the first. So there is a typo in this slide. Yes, I need to clarify that. So RIPE-NCC was the first. RIPE-NCC was the first. So ARIN was created in 1997. So here we have ARIN. So this is a typo that has to be fixed now, and I will do the update before to share the slide. So AFRINIC is here. AFRINIC is here. So this is important for you to note. This is important for you. So ARIN is not here. So RIPE-NCC was the first. RIPE-NCC was the first, and has been created in 1992. Okay, so RIPE was the first. So I apologize for this update. I need to fix that. So LECNIC came in 2002, and AFRINIC was the last one to come in 2005. But the question that we can ask now is that before AFRINIC come up, how IP resources were issued in Africa. So this is what we are going to explain now. So Africa was divided into three parts before AFRINIC was born. Africa was divided into three parts. So this part was managed by RIPE-NCC. This one was managed by ARIN, and this one, Indian Ocean, was managed by AFRINIC. So this means that before AFRINIC, when one organization in Africa want to get IP address, they have to be ARIN policy compliant, they have to be RIPE policy compliant, or they have to be AFRINIC policy compliant. And reality were not the same. So those are the points that take the African community to say that we need our own regional entity registry. And those are some of the reasons that take us to create our own regional internal registry. So they need to address our own need, because the way that addresses are issued in Europe or in America are not the same. The reality are not the same. The size of the organization, for instance, in Europe or in America or in Asia are not the same as the size of the organization in Africa. And we also have the policy development, because they create the policy to address the needs. And since we were not in the heart of their needs, most of the time we were not policy compliant. So those are the points that take our community, the African community, to push to have their own regional internet registry. So today, the area system today is composed by 5 areas. So we have AFRINIC now to Africa and Indian Ocean. We have LACNIC for Latin America, ARIN for North America, and APNIC for Asia and Pacific. So right now, these are the 5 areas that the key role is to manage and issue IP addresses and autonomous system numbers. So IP addresses, we have IPv4 and IPv6. So my colleague James will give you updates on those resources in our region. And we also have autonomous system numbers that are the 3 internet number resources that their regional internet registries are managing for their own region. Now let's focus on the Africa internet ecosystem. So the Africa internet ecosystem is made by organization that we are calling AF-STARS. And during the AIS meeting, we are going to have a day dedicated to AF-STARS. So AF-STARS are basically organizations that the name starts by AF. So you see most of them start by AF. You have AFRINIC for numbers, Africa Sept for security, Africa Government Working Group for community and policy, AFRIN for research and education, AFP for infrastructure, FTLD for domain name, AFNOG for capacity building. So all those organizations are called AF-STAR. But you have to notice that even if an organization name doesn't start by AF and this organization is active in the internet ecosystem in Africa, they're also part of this ecosystem. So we can have like ICANN. ICANN has a regional bureau in Africa. So ICANN is part of their African internet ecosystem. We have ISOC Internet Society with their country chapter. So ISOC is also part of the internet ecosystem. We have ITU with its Africa Bureau, which is also part of their African internet ecosystem. We have their many other organizations like regulator organization, ICT regulators organization of Africa, of the West Africa, etc., etc. So all those organizations are also part of their African internet ecosystem, because they are working to ensure that we develop internet and we secure and we have an open internet in Africa. So AF-STARS are organizations that start by AF, but they're not the only organization that are active in the internet ecosystem. This is very important. Now let's see their roles that the AF-STARS stakeholders have toward the community. So Africa Working Group, we have basically regulators and governments. So we are going to talk about it later in the African Initiative, but this is the platform. It's an initiative that we have, where we discuss with governments and regulators. We have also AFRIN, and that is, we are talking about internet, the bandwidth, the access to internet. So we have universities, high school, colleges, and they are working to them to on the bandwidth to get access to universities and have good bandwidth in the university and colleges. We have AFPIF, where we are talking about internet exchange point. We are talking about quality of internet, how to enhance the internet quality in Africa. And we have AFRINIC, that is the network platform where we are. But basically, the core function is to manage the IP address, IPv6, and autonomous system numbers for Africa region. And we have AFNOG for capacity building, and we have FTLD for country code top domain level, and we have Africa Sept that deal with security, and all those elements, all those stakeholders are working for the community that we are all. This is what I wanted to say for the internet ecosystem. So I have described that. I said that the internet ecosystem, this term that is here to talk about all the elements, all the organizations that are working to ensure that internet is developed and internet is safe. And we have seen that in the internet ecosystem, we have many elements. We have big organizations like ICANN, ISOC, we have standard organization, we have numbers organization like RIRs, we have also the users, we have many stakeholders, and they are all working together to ensure that end user can have good internet access. And after that, we have talked about regional internet registries. And we say that the core function is to issue IP address, IPv4 address, and IPv6 addresses and autonomy system number to their region of service. And we also talk about the Africa ecosystem, and we saw the element, we talked about AF stars, and we also talk about organizations that are active in Africa on the internet related matter. And we also explain why we have created AFRINIG. So I don't know if we have question, if we have some question on this first session. Susan, I can't see the chat, but you can tell me if you have question. If not, I will continue to the next one.
Open for questions. Should you need to speak, just raise your hand.
Do you have questions? So I will leave the full mode and yeah.
One question from Lucien.
Okay, thank you. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
You please proceed with introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. My name is Chibishi Kalunda Lucien from DRC in Lubumbashi Township. So I would like to know, after explanation of AFRINIC and the health things, okay, I would like to know why our ecosystem doesn't have the same price for access internet. Because here in Congo, we've noticed that the price for access internet is so high, up more than other countries. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Lucien. Okay. Before Bryce, you answer, I think, do we have any more questions? There's a question from Kathy Jayak. She's asking, how do you address the problem of connectivity in rural areas?
Okay.
How?
Okay.
Any other question? Anyone can raise up their hands. There is an icon for raising up your hand, and then you can ask your question. I think, Bryce, you can proceed. Oh, we have one more.
Yes,
sorry, we have one more.
Let me start that. This one is very easy. So the economic community is in the user community. So we have the I will share the slide to you. I hide some part of the slide that were very detailed with all the stakeholders. So for the purpose of time, I just hide those parts. But when you will receive the full material, you will see where the economic community is. So don't worry, they are part of the internet ecosystem. So for the second question, how do we address problem of connectivity in rural area? Okay, so in most of the country, governments or regulators get money from internet service providers for what we are calling universal service. So it's it's in charge of each country to ensure that this money that is collected from the internet service provider and mobile operators is used to connect the unconnect, because that's the goal of this money. That's the goal of the tax that are taken from their mobile operators and internet service provider in every single country. So this money must be used to connect the unconnect. So like for rural areas and all, government must put in place a policy to help and encourage the mobile operators toward this money to invest in those rural areas, because we have to remember that mobile operator and internet service provider, they want to make money, so they won't do it for free. We must help them, and the government have a key role to play here. So for the question of Henri from Congo, according to the high cost of internet there. So internet it's it's not simple. So we have what we are calling the internet backbone. That is the first step when we want to create internet. And in most of the African country, we have issue with the backbones. The countries don't have real infrastructure in place. So this make it very expensive for for internet service provider or mobile operators to give internet at a very low price, low cost, because there is no infrastructure. So they have to invest a lot of money in infrastructure. Here as well, government can also help. Government can also assist by doing some good policy, for instance, reduce taxes to help them to invest in the infrastructure, in the backbone of the country, because with that backbone we cannot have low internet prices. So this is not something very easy, but you can also liaise with us after the meeting. We can help you. We can come in your country and discuss with the government, discuss with the internet service provider, mobile operator, to see how together we can help you to make a change. We have done that in many countries, like in Chad. We've done that in Chad. So today they are seeing some good result on what we have done on this particular matter. So this is what I want to say. But if later on we want us to elaborate on it, I'll be glad to continue.
Is not
every internet service provider.
We have two more questions from the chat. There is someone from by the name Angela. In the internet ecosystem, where does the economic communities fit in?
Yes, I have responded to that one. I have responded to that one. I have responded to that one.
And Elvis asks, are every internet service provider in Africa under the AFRINIC organization? And if the ISP is not registered under AFRINIC, are there any consequences?
Well, you have to, for Elvis, the internet service provider makes money. They make money from internet. And if you want to connect your customer to internet, you need IP numbers, you need autonomous system numbers. When you are AFRINIC member, you get those resources at a very low cost. So you just pay your membership fee and you use these IP resources that belong to the community. So you use them as soon as you are AFRINIC member. When you are not AFRINIC member, you have to pay for those resources. And this is going to increase the internet access. Your services are going to be very expensive, and they can't be competitive in the market where the other organizations are AFRINIC members, because you are going to have the same expenditure on the network, on devices, but on top of that, you are going to pay more for your IP resources when the others are not going to pay for that. So you can't be competitive if you are not AFRINIC member and you want to operate in internet ecosystem. So this is for Elvis. Okay, so
further questions.
So I will move to the next. No, it's not. No. It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory for an internet service provider to be a AFRINIC member. It's not mandatory at all. Okay, so I think we are good now. All right. Okay, now let's continue to. Okay, maybe one of my colleagues will send you the. Okay. We still have questions. Let me take these last two, and we'll move to the next presentation to save time. And at the end, if you have some minutes, we'll take more questions. Okay. So the IP right now in the market, you can have the price of one IPv4 address. We can have it's around like $20 or more. Okay, one IPv4 address, $20 or more. And if you are AFRINIG member, it's like almost nothing. So maybe one of my colleagues can take the paste the link for the membership fee here. If you can help Susan, if you can take and copy and paste the link of membership so that Jadone will see how much is the membership per category of IPs that you are using is very, very, very cheap. Oh, thank you, James. So we have there, you can just click on this link, you'll see the membership fee. So for another question is, does it mean that those IPs can connect to people? Okay, so remember that I said RIR means Regional Internet Registry. So they operate per region. So if you are in Africa region, and you say that, okay, I don't want to connect, I don't want to be AFRINIG member, and I would prefer, for instance, to be RIPE NCC member, you won't be eligible because you must be in RIPE region. As soon as you are not in RIPE region, you are not eligible to be a RIPE member. So it's regional, so you must be part of the area of your region. If you're in Africa, then you have to go to AFRINIG. Hope it's clear. Okay, thank you. Now we continue to the second session. Now we are going to talk about AFRINIG. So we are going to talk to have learned the roles of AFRINIG, the list of the services we are giving, and we are going to also explain how AFRINIG is governed. So we just said that we have 5 regional internet registry, and AFRINIG is one of them. So now let's focus on AFRINIG. AFRINIG was created in 2005. It's a non-for-profit organization. We have like more than 1,800 members. Full-time staff, we are over 45. The HQ is in Mauritius, and we have our main data center in South Africa. We are working right now. Our IT department is working to create more data center like in east of Africa, and also in the west of Africa, in the north as well. So we are working to ensure that we are available in each region. Our vision is be the leading force in growing the internet for Africa's sustainable development. This is our vision. Our mission is to serve the African community by providing professional and efficient management of internet number technology usage and development, and promoting internet self-governance. So our core values: community-driven, operational excellence, passion, innovation, and creativity. So those 3 points can be seen also on our website, and we want to ensure that our vision, our mission, our core value are represented in every single thing we are doing for you, our community. The AFRINIC governance. So AFRINIC is governed by we have the board of directors. The board of directors of AFRINIC have 9 seats. So we have 1 seat per region. We have North, West, Indian Ocean, Central Africa, Southern Africa, and Eastern Africa. So these are the first 6 sites. And we have 2 sites that are non-regional. And we have the last seat, the seat 9, that is for the CEO. So the board of directors is composed of 9 elected seats and 1 appointed seat, because the board of directors will recruit the CEO, and the CEO will recruit its staff. So my contract and the contract of my colleagues have been signed by the CEO. Okay, and the board of directors have many committees that help them to work. So we have the audit committee, we have the finance committee, we have the remuneration committee, we have the technical committee. So the board members works in each of those committees. Some of them are working in each of those committees to help committees to help around AFRINIG. We also have the Council of Elders, that the key role is to give advices to the CEO and to the board, the chair of the board, or all of them if need be. We also have the nomination committee. Nomination committee, we are going to talk about the nomination committee later on, but they basically select potential candidates for all the elections that AFRINIG will have. We also have the members, AFRINIG members. We are going to talk about the AFRINIG members. So some of the members can vote to elect the board of directors. And we have the election committee, that the key role is to organize the election, and they have to be AFRINIG staff. And we have also the governance committee, that the role is to advise the entire AFRINIG committee, AFRINIG board members, and the community, and any corporate governance matters. So these are the elements of the AFRINIG governance. Now let's go back to the AFRINIG current members. So these are the information that I just available on our website, so you can also go there and check, okay, to see. So those are the seats and the name of the person. So we are right now the new CEO, which is Eddie. Okay, so the other members are the board members, and we can see this information on AFRINIG website. We are going to have election on some site or mini sites or mini cities, sorry, during this meeting. So if you have applied or if you are been selected to run, good luck. AFRINIG membership. We have 3 types of members at AFRINIG. We have the resource members. So resource members must be legal entity. Okay, they sign contract with AFRINIG. They use number resources. They pay annual membership fee. They elect board. They can also be observer. So resource members are most of the time the internet service providers, mobile operators, and banks, factories that want to use public IPs for run their network, or organizations that are making money from internet, like internet service provider, mobile operator. So most of the time, they are the ones that are resource members. We also have the registered members. The registered members are the board of directors. So the CEO is a registered member, and all the other board of directors are also registered members. They are individual, okay, and they also sign contract with AFRINIG, and they can also vote to elect board of director and key observer if they want to. The last type of membership is associate member, that they are not obliged to be an organization, even though they can also be organization, but individual can also be associate member. And they sign also contract with AFRINIG, and they are also paying annual fee, but they can't vote. They can't vote to elect the board of directors. They can only be observer during the annual general members meeting. So these are the 3 types of members that we have at AFRINIG. AFRINIC Community. So AFRINIG has its members, and AFRINIG has its community. So AFRINIC community is made by individuals. Everyone that is interested in how AFRINIG is managing internet in Africa. So you don't oblige to be in Africa, regardless your where you are living. As soon as you want to, you are interested in how internet is managed in Africa, we welcome you in this community. So this community works over mailing lists, and they're the ones that are working to create the resource policy. So what are the resource policies? Resource policies are rules that AFRINIG is using to issue the internet number resources. So all the rules that we are using to assign, to allocate IP numbers, those policies were designed by the community. So this is very important for you as African to be part of this community and ensure that the rules that will be created meet the needs of the African community. So we have AFRINIG the members, AFRINIG the community. So it's very important. We have 2 community, that 2 separate elements that are very important for AFRINIG. We also have the AFRINIG community meeting. So AFRINIG must hold at least 1 meeting per year. Okay, and in this meeting, we can have the annual general members meeting, and we also have the policy discussion, the public policy discussion. So we have these two key elements in AFRINIC meeting. And next week we are going to have LGMM and policy discussion. So I invite you, if since it's your first meeting, to do your homework, read before we start the meeting on Monday, and to ensure that everything you won't be lost. So we are going to ensure that you won't be lost. If you have questions, you can email us. We'll help you to take you through all this information. Now let's talk about the community. We have the committee. We have the nomination community. The nomination community is composed of a chairman and 3 members appointed by the board. Chairman and three members appointed by the board. The qualification is to, as I just said, is to screen the potential candidate for all the elections that AFRINIG will hold in this region. So the main responsibility is going, as I said, find candidates that respect the requirement, etc., etc. So nomination committee is appointed. Nomination committee is appointed by the board. So it's very important. So if you want to be part of this committee when the call is open, you are free to apply, and the nominees will be sent to the community. So this is very important for the election process at AFRINIC level. We have the election committee. The election committee is staff only, so it's just to organize the election. So there is nothing active in the election itself per se. So there are staff that are appointed by the CEO, and they have to ensure that everything is ready. If you have to use online platform, for instance, in this particular time, the election committee will ensure that the online platform is ready for e-voting and all the other type of votes. And the communication was sent. Communication was sent about how we can vote during this AIS. So I hope that we're aware and you are ready to do your vote. So this is the role of election committee. It's not active, it's just passive, it's just organizing the election. We have the governance committee, and the governance committee are made up by like minimum 6 members. So we have 2 members appointed by the board, and 3 members are elected by their members, AFRINIC membership. We have 1 board member who is not voting, who is appointed by the board as liaison. Is going to be a liaison person between the governance committee and the board of directors. And also we can appoint at least one or 2 members, like to be at the secretariat for this governance committee. They are elected during the AGMM, and the main responsibility is to advise AFRINIC board, AFRINIC membership on corporate governance matters. So this is the role of the governance committee. We have now the council of elders. So the council of elders is made of former CEOs, and the maximum is 6. And the main responsibility is to advise the chair, the CEO of the entire board of directors, if need be. So their advisor, they have the board of the CEO takes their advice into consideration when if need be, when we want to decide in a given matter or a given problem with the community. Now we are going to talk about the policy development process, the policy development working group, which is one of the most active group of Melinists in AFRINIC region. So the policy development working group has 2 chairs. So they are co-chairs. So they have equal responsibility. There is no one who has power compared to another one. So we have co-chair. Okay. So the nomination committee is going to screen the candidates, and the members are going to elect the community member are going to elect the co-chairs. So for this particular election, you don't need to be AFRINIC members to be able to vote. You have to be a community member active in the community to be able to vote. It's open to the community, okay, for them to vote. So election will be organized by the AFRINIC staff, the election committee that is appointed by the CEO. The CEO also appoints a policy liaison. So it's my colleague Madvi Gokul. She's going to give you an update of the policy discussion later on. So you are going to know her, and she's the one who is the policy division. We also have the appeal committee that is appointed by the board, and appeal committee is called when a policy have been validated by the board, the co-chairs, not by the board, by the co-chairs, and the community members want to know more about the reason why this policy have been validated by the co-chairs. So the appeal committee is there to be used for this particular purpose. Now let's talk about the services that we provide at AFRINIC. So we have the capacity building. We have capacity building. The core function is IP allocation. So this is the core function of regional internal registry, and AIS autonomy system number assignment. Those are the core functions. But next to those functions, we have to maintain the WIS database. We have to facilitate the development of policy. We have to maintain the reverse DNS for our members. And we have the community development. That is very, very important as well. We need to engage with our community to ensure that they know what we are doing and to ensure that we are doing what they want us to do for them. We also have capacity building, which is very important for the community. And these are elements that we are also working hard on so that the community will be skilled enough to maintain and to run their network in Africa. So AFRINIC communicates with its community over mailing list. So I urge you to register to those mailing lists. So I know it's very important to receive all the updates from AFRINIC. RPD, if you want to follow discussion on policies. IPv6, if you want to follow discussion on IPv6. African Internet Governance in Africa. Community discourse is any internet related matters. And member discourse is a closed list reserved to AFRINIC members only. So this is a closed list. This is why I put a padlock on it. So community member cannot simply join this list. You must be AFRINIC member before to be able to join this list. So I urge you to connect. So this is the direct link to this list. So when the material will be shared with you, you can click on this link and register to those mailing lists that are free for you to join. AFRINIC contact now, if you want to email us, if you want to talk to us, if you want to go to our HQ to meet the staff, those are the different contacts that we have to contact to talk about AFRINIC. Now, I'm going to do another break here to take some questions before to move to the next session. So basically, I talk about AFRINIC as a regional internet registry, and I also talk about the AFRINIC ecosystem that is made by its member and its community, and I also talk about how AFRINIC is governed. So I say that we have the board of directors, and we have 9 seats, and all the other elements, the committees that are put in place to help AFRINIC to play its role in Africa. And we end with how to participate to the AFRINIC discussion. We have the mailing list. Also, we have the services that we are providing to the community. So the last part will be the AFRINIC initiative to the community. So right now, if you have some questions, I will take them, and we will continue. I think that we should have some time for questions. So Susan, you have the floor if you have some questions. So I take them and we'll continue.
There was a question that came in some time back. I'm trying to get them. First one is from Angela. I'll give you as many as possible so that you can be able to move on. Yeah. Are there countries that are on the borderline and qualify for more than one IRR? This is from Angela.
Mm-hmm.
There was a question of the annual fees. how much is the annual fees for the individual and corporate members as associate members, I think there's a previous link that has been posted on the chat. But please cover it for the people following us on YouTube.
Oh, okay? Yes. So maybe I will
just mention where they can find this information and all that.
Yeah. Maybe I can let me okay, I'll do that. So yes, for the question about countries that can Arthur told me that he has responded. Yes. So I mean, in the actual response, he said that in the island region, for instance, in the Indian Ocean, we have some countries that are member of, you know, 2 RIRs, because, for instance, if you take Seychelles, if you take La Réunion is part of the France, but France is member of RIP and CC, but La Réunion is also in Africa, in AFRINIC regional service. So you see that when you are living in La Réunion, you can also be member in RIP and CC and be member in AFRINIC. So because of this particular, you know, the location and their affiliation. And the other question is the membership. So what I will do is, I don't know, for those who are following on YouTube, they can see the video. So I will maybe open the link. And I don't know, maybe I have to stop sharing what I'm sharing now and show them the link so that they will see the membership fees for the
there are some, as you do that, there are some 2 questions that have been lined up. We still have I will go with Jean Binemo and then Lucien. So a minute each, please. Thank you. John? Hello?
Allô?
Yes, please proceed.
Bonjour. C'est Gelor Binemo depuis Lubumbashi en RDC. Je voulais juste avoir une précision sur la gouvernance, parce que je n'ai pas bien compris comment AFRINIC est en train de régler toutes les questions liées à des équilibres, des déséquilibres sur la connectivité en Afrique, et surtout beaucoup plus en Afrique centrale. C'est là que je n'ai pas bien compris.
Okay. The question was asked in French, so I will respond in French as well. So for the translation, for the interpreters, we ask the community to download the app. I think Bavna helped them to ensure that they have the translation. Ok, alors AFRINIC n'intervient pas dans la politique interne des pays, de la politique interne des régions. AFRINIC a un rôle de conseiller. Ok, donc la disparité dans le coût de Internet n'est pas forcément du ressort d'AFRINIC, parce que, comme je l'ai dit tantôt, il y a des prérequis à l'accès à Internet et chaque pays est libre de mener ces politiques-là. AFRINIC donne des conseils, ok, dans l'implémentation de ces politiques-là. Par exemple, j'ai parlé de services universels. Dans la plupart des pays du monde entier, les fournisseurs de services Internet, les opérateurs mobiles payent ce qu'on appelle une taxe pour les services universels. Ces taxes sont payées à l'État et c'est à l'État d'utiliser ces taxes-là pour construire des infrastructures et faire en sorte que tout le pays soit connecté. Aussi, il y a des politiques qui peuvent être mises en œuvre. Par exemple, lorsque un État passe un contrat de la réalisation d'une route, l'État peut demander à l'opérateur de passer en même temps de la fibre optique. Donc, c'est vraiment des politiques internes et AFRINIC vient en tant que conseiller. Donc, quand je parlais de venir en appui, c'est venir en tant que conseiller, donner des conseils, échanger avec ces pays-là des bonnes expériences qui ont eu lieu dans d'autres pays et qui pourraient aider le pays à aller de l'avant. Donc, c'est un peu comme ça que AFRINIC aide ces pays-là aussi. On a aussi le développement des capacités. AFRINIC offre des formations gratuites à notre communauté dans tous les pays. Nous avons été au Congo, je crois, déjà une fois. J'étais moi-même présent pour une formation IPv6. Et donc, c'est un peu ces initiatives-là qu'AFRINIC mène pour, sur le continent pour aider à améliorer la qualité d'Internet. J'espère que la réponse a été bien perçue maintenant. Okay, maybe. Well, now, Babna, can you assist? We have some, yes, Babna, can you assist some delegates that want the translation, please? So, Susan, I want to share.
Just a minute.
So maybe you stop what?
I just have to make an announcement. So
okay,
we have our interpretation service, and it's done via an app. For those in the meeting platform, I will share, the link will be shared in the chat. But for those following us on YouTube and on Facebook, the link will be shared there as well. But then you download Interprify app, and then the code is AIS'20, AIS-20. It's available on Android and iOS. We will put the information on the chats in responding platforms. I will go to
Susan, can you help me to? I want to share something quickly for those who are on YouTube, but I don't know how to do because I'm sharing the current okay. So I should go ahead now, right?
Share again.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying. Okay.
Bryce, you have 2 people with questions. Can we just take them and then you can be able to proceed with your sharing?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, 3. I think I've closed.
Okay, yes, maybe you close the queue. So for those who are following us on YouTube, so this is the link for the resources. Okay, the membership fees. So the question was how much an associate member will pay. So these are the associate member fee. You have to click on associate member and you see the fee. So corporate organization are paying 1,000, corporate institution 2,500, corporate institution large 5,000, and individual 300. So if you are individual and you want to be an associate member, you are going to pay $300 per year. But note that to become an associate member, your application will be validated by the board of directors. So you have to wait until you get approved before you can proceed. For the resource membership fee, you have it here per type. So according to the number of IPs that you are using, here are the fees that you are paying. So you have to go to the AFRINIG website and you can see all those costs. They are just there. It's not a secret, so you can just go and check. Thank you. So Susan, can you help me to come back?
I help you to come back.
Yeah, to share my presentation now because. So yes, I have to stop the sharing. Yes. So now I ask again. Yeah. Okay. So you said we have 2 questions.
We have 3 questions. There is Christian, okay. There is KK, there is Lucien. I'll start with Christian.
Okay.
1 minute, please.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Christian? Okay.
Okay, I have some. The KK is on the charge. Okay.
Okay, and then Lucien.
Thank you. My question is about services.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, thank you. My name is again Chimushikano from DRC in Lumbashi town. Okay, my question is about AFRINIC services. The first question is, does AFRINIC support fees for training? The second question, who are qualified for that And the third one, why AFRINIC doesn't go to in a area, rural area? Thank you.
We go to Ibrahim.
Okay,
Why don't I give you 3 questions, and then so that we can capture them at a go.
Okay.
Ibrahim, please.
I mean, we have already 3 questions. So
they are now becoming many on my end.
This is what. So maybe you close the queue, or maybe I think that we can have time at the end before we will go to the break to take more questions. So
okay.
I will take some, and I will proceed and take the order at the end. So the question was, I didn't get the type of training you was talking about, but AFRINIC trainings are open to all. Right now we have I'm going to talk about it in the next presentation. What's the AFRINIC initiative? So maybe you are going to see AFRINIC trainings are open to all, not to members only. They are open to all. So there is no reason for us to deny anyone to have access to our training. But for some technical training, we must have a technical background. This is why we do screen before to come to let you enter our workshop, because they are very technical. This reason why for some training we must do a screening for let people in, because some are because some are not technical, the class is lagging behind, or some are lagging behind, and you have to explain, etc., etc. So for some particular training, we have to screen. And AFRINIC goes everywhere as soon as we got invited, but we cannot come to see only 2 persons or 3 persons. So when we want to work with a local organization that we are calling local host, if you want us to come, for instance, in your region, you have to organize it. You have to organize AFRINIC arrival in your region. You have to do the comms, work with our comms team and the department who is going to come to ensure that we are going to take the maximum of AFRINIC activity in this country. So we don't have any problem in coming with rural area. As soon as we got invited, we'll come. So these have to it's don't worry about that. So I think that Arthur is taking some questions in the chat. So a question is maybe, okay, let me take that one. Can you explain how can individual become AFRINIC member? So AFRINIC has 3 types of members. We have the resource members. Resource members are only dedicated for organization based in Africa. So individual cannot be a resource member, but individual can be a registered member. Registered members are board of directors and the CEO. If you are being appointed as CEO, you are going to become a registered member who is an AFRINIC member as well. If you are elected as one of the directors, you are going to be a registered member as well. Now we have associate member. You can become associate member. You just have to send your request to AFRINIC, and we are going to forward your request to the board of directors, and they are going to decide if you are eligible. If you are eligible, then you are going to be an associate member. So as individual, you can be registered members and associate member, but not a resource member. So Arthur has responded to Chloe. So I think I can move to the last presentation.
We have
Susan, can you confirm?
We have two
okay,
participants.
Please. Yes,
there's John and KK.
Okay.
So we start with John. John, it's your turn to speak.
Je disais que ce Guélor Binemo en démocratie du Congo, de Lubumbashi, précisément à Mokambo, 15 km des Zambie. Je voulais que Ibrahim me précise, parce que AFRINIC organise des formations gratuites. Si vous regardez l'étendue de la République démocratique, une seule fois la formation pour IPv6, je me pose la question, est-ce que AFRINIC a mis en place les possibilités de diffusion de ces formations au niveau des terrains? Ça, c'est un. La deuxième précision, s'il y a un système d'éducation, comment y faire pour que pour moi-même, quand je vous rassure, je parle ici, dans les milieux où je me retrouve, c'est la première fois que les gens voient quelqu'un participer à une réunion en ligne et c'est du miracle pour eux. C'est du miracle pour eux. Du coup, je me pose la question, les formations sur IPv6 peuvent être dupliquées localement ou il faut attendre toujours AFRINIC?
Okay, so I'll take that question and we take the second one. Okay, alors, les formations AFRINIC, comme j'ai dit tantôt, les formations AFRINIC, comme j'ai dit tantôt, sont gratuites pour tout le monde. Et on n'a pas forcément besoin qu'AFRINIC soit présent. Pour que les formations soient accessibles partout, nous avons mis en place une plateforme de e-learning. Donc, cette plateforme de e-learning, je vais en parler tout à l'heure. Donc, vous allez voir que il suffit que vous ayez Internet, vous allez pouvoir vous connecter et bénéficier de toutes les ressources dont vous avez besoin. Alors, depuis quelques années, nous avons effectivement arrêté les formations face à face. Nous avons arrêté les formations face à face pour se concentrer sur la mise en place de cette plateforme de e-learning qui donne déjà accès à pas mal de personnes. Et on va maintenant sélectionner les pays qui ont vraiment besoin de la présence d'AFRINIC pour les formations. Donc, pour les formations, je vous rassure, en Afrique, n'a pas forcément besoin d'être là. Donc, on peut faire des formations en ligne. Et puis, il y a une plateforme en ligne pour les formations dont je vais parler tout à l'heure. Alors, je pense que j'ai couvert les deux questions. Hein. Susan, maybe we take the last one.
I'll take the last one from KK. KK, you can speak now.
Okay. Maybe the mic is, can you unmute your, I don't know what.
I have unmuted him, he's not speaking.
Okay, maybe we continue, we'll proceed so that we can have some minutes at the end.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Susan. All right. Now we are going to talk about AFRINIC initiatives. That is the last part of my presentation. So AFRINIC is a regional internet registry, but even if the core business is to manage internet number resources and all the elements that surrounded those internet number resources, that is reverse DNS, the WHOIS database and all. We also have some services that we are giving to the community. So I'm going to focus on stakeholder engagement, initiative, research and innovation, and capacity building. So stakeholder engagement has three key points. The first point is the community development. So in the community development, we have what we are calling the fellowship program. So fellowship program is one of our biggest programs that we have at AFRINIC. So for around 15 seats, we have like 2,000 applications. So basically in this program, we are giving fellowship to delegates, to individuals come to physically come to an AFRINIC meeting. So we take them, we take care of the air ticket, their accommodation, and we give them stipend to stay in our meeting, and we are taking them to all what we are doing, and we get them familiar with AFRINIC ecosystem. We have also the FIRE program that is that the link is here. So basically, we give some funds for our community to work on the project that have been eligible, that was selected during the call. So this is what we are doing in the FIRE program. We have ICT event sponsorship. So if you are organizing an event in your country and you need some financial help, AFRINIC can also assist you, and you also give AFRINIC some speaking slots, and so that we can give you, you can talk to your community, and this is the win-win situation. We give you sponsoring, and you give us the chance to talk to your community about AFRINIC and what we do. We also have an initiative called Community RINIC. So the goal of this initiative is to boost to the contact, the relationship that AFRINIC has with its members and its community. So we want to take this relationship to another level. So this is what we have under the Community RINIC, and we have AFRINIC public meetings. That is what we are doing now. It's a platform where AFRINIC is discussing with its community. And we also have capacity building workshops that we are doing online because of COVID. And this year we done a lot. We did a workshop with Internet Society, with ICANN, with Facebook, with IGF in Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, with Africa, IGF, West Africa. So yeah, we are very present with our community in Africa. So this for community development. So stakeholder engagement has also have the government engagement. So basically it's an initiative where we discuss with government and regulators on most of the ICT related topics. So I've just highlighted some points here. And we also have the Africa Government Working Group that is very important for the government, because it's a closed network, it's a closed platform where government discuss directly with AFRINIG according to the issue that they are having in their country related to internet and ICT development and all. So it's very important for you as participant, if you are working with a government and you are not part of this AFRINIG Government Working Group, please live with us on the chat. We can give you the link to read and see if you are eligible, and we can make you part of this community. So those are the elements that we are doing in the government engagement. So as the slide will be shared, you can read. It's just the different points that you can read. The last point is cooperation and development. So as a regional internet registry, we cannot stay only in Africa. We have to cooperate with all the other organizations that are active in their internet community. So in the cooperation development, we are working with many organizations like ITU, ARISPA, Internet Society, Smart Africa, African Union, all those organizations. We are working together. We are signing MOUs to ensure that our cooperation has a legal base. So, and we are all working to ensure that internet is developed in Africa, internet is open in Africa, and we're also working to improve the user experience on internet. So these are the goal behind those three key elements that the stakeholder engagement is doing. After the stakeholder engagement, we have the research and innovation. Research and innovation, we have research areas. So those are the points that are here. So internet technical, internet usage, internet resilience, internet standard, internet policy and governance. So basically, if you are a student, for instance, and you are working in one on those topic, you can liaise with us, and we'll see how we can work together. You can even have an internship with the Department of Research and Innovation, and you can work together on the project that will benefit our community. So we are going to be again in a win-win situation. We are going to give you financial support for you to be able to work in the good condition and to provide and to be able to create and give a good document, a good search result out of your internship at AFRINIC. So after the research areas, we also have some initiative from research and innovation. We have the M project, Africa Internet Measurements, that the goal is to ensure that we can tell to the entire community how internet is used in Africa. It's very important for Africa to be able to tell this to the community, because when we want to talk about traffic, most of the time you are going to go to the other platform, not only AFRINIG. So we are working now to make it available in Africa for Africa. We also have the Africa Research Collaboration, that the ACT project, that if you want to work with AFRINIG on a research project, and those are the topics that are here, you can also liaise with us, and we'll see how we can collaborate to make it happen. We also have Higher Africa, that is the fund that we are giving to the small organizations, small community that have a project, but they need some money, they need some fund to make it to take it to the end. We are going to also help them to take their project to the end. We are giving them training, and we are taking them through their own project and ensure that it becomes reality. The last point is the capacity building initiative. So capacity building has many projects. So the one of them, the e-learning. So we have now a platform where we can train yourself on IP technologies. So there's the link here. If you need some knowledge on IP, you just have to connect to this platform. You will see that we have a lot of courses that you can take for free. And we also have 36. That is a platform that was created for you to prove that you can do things in IPv6. So you can get a certification that is IPv6 ready, that have the IPv6 ready logo. So you have to you take the exam, and when you are okay, when you pass the exam, you can be certified IPv6. We have many levels, and so if you connect to the website, you will see that we have the different levels that we have on the IPv6 certification. We also have webinars. So since last year, we have started doing a lot of webinars because it covers much more people compared to the face-to-face meeting. So we've taken webinars as one of the key activity of the capacity building team. We also have the DOF there. So one of our pillar at AFRINIG is to help our Africa to adopt IPv6. So to do that, we did a lot of workshop, but our community tell us that they need us to take them step by step to deploy IPv6. So this is why we have set up the DOF there. So if in your organization you want to deploy IPv6 and you're not confident enough to do it, you can connect to this link, and we are going to take you through the process. We also have eDeployathon to provide remote guidance to you. When you are deploying IPv6 and you are having a challenge, you can participate to the eDeployathon, and you just tell us where you have your challenge, and we are going to help you to take it to the end. So these are the three departments that I wanted to highlight it here, but note that AFRINIG has more than 3 departments. We have IT, we have comms, we have dev team, and they are doing the also jobs. So it's not only those 3 departments that we have at AFRINIG. And one of the key departments, the member service, because the key business, the core business of AFRINIG is to manage internal resources, and that's the one that is taking care of this particular part of their AFRINIG core business. Now we are at the end, and I hope that it was informative, and now we can go for the questions. So we basically talk about, I decided to talk about 3 departments: stakeholder engagement, that organize fellowship, that talk to government, that sign MOUs with organization to ensure that the internet to ensure that internet development is continuing in Africa. We also talk about research and innovation. When we want to talk about measurement, those are the team that you need to talk to. And if you want to build your knowledge, if you want to be skilled enough to run your network properly, we have also the capacity building department with all the initiatives that I've just discussed with you. So thank you, and I'm now waiting for your questions. So Susan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Bryce. First of all, thank you, Arthur, for responding to questions on the chat. But it would have been nice if these questions were read out also for our audiences in other platforms so that they don't miss out. But anyway, moving on swiftly. If you have any questions, please come to the, I will take Feli's question as we go along. Feli, 1 minute, please. Feli, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, Feli? Okay.
So by the time Feli come up, we have the question about the presentation. So don't worry, all the presentation will be made available on the website. So you'll have the soft copy.
Okay. There is Joshua. Joshua, can you hear us?
Good morning. My name is Joshua James Onu. Please, I would like to know, as a non-profit organization which AFRINIC is, how do they generate their revenue? Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your question.
This from membership fee, and from some donors, from some sponsoring that we are receiving from some organization. So this is basically our main source of revenue, membership fees, and yeah, donors sponsoring.
Have Elvis.
Oh, apparently people have some issue on the maybe on the chat. They can't see. Okay, so my colleagues are working on it. Apparently we have some issue. Delegates have some issue to see the screen being shared. So we apologize for that, but the team is working to get it fixed.
Elvis, please proceed.
Okay, I would like to ask a question in regards to the capacity building.
Sorry, could you please introduce yourself? And
sorry, and
yeah,
my name is Elvis. My name is Elvis, and I'm from Nigeria. My country of origin is Nigeria. Okay, so my question has to deal with the capacity building, and which I think is a very nice approach for the AFRINIC to do. But in regards to the e-learning, does the person have to have like some kind of background knowledge or background knowledge in regards to IP technologies? Do you need some kind of background knowledge in order to participate in this e-learning platform that is being created by the AFRINIC, or can you just participate in this e-learning program without any form of any background knowledge?
Thank you, Elvis, for your question. Yeah, we go to the second. Question.
Okay.
Akisibe.
Oh, okay. Hello. My name is Akisibe Abdallah from Uganda. I need to ask the question from capacity building about e-learning. Can anyone participate in that e-learning platform, or anyone? Or until maybe you are a member of AFRINIC, or maybe you are in an organization? That is my question.
Okay, maybe I'll take these two before we move forward.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. For the first question, so for it's let's say it can be like common sense for you to take part of the course that you are not very familiar with, to have a minimum of a background. For some particular topic, you need to have a background, because if you connect to the e-learning and you start looking at the courses, you will realize that you are lost. This means that you need some background. But this platform is open, so I mean that is responding to the second question as well. It's open for everyone, everywhere. You just have to register, and it's free. So even if you don't have the background, the required background, you can even connect and follow. But if you realize that you need some background, then you are going to check, because for each module we put the prerequisite and the background. So you think that you meet the prerequisite and the background, then you're welcome to the course. If you realize at the end that you not really meet the prerequisite, then you need to go back and ensure that you have the prerequisite. So this is what I would like to say. Now I have my colleague from capacity building who is there, unless you want to add something, but I think for those questions we are good.
We are good. Thank you, Bryce.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would like to, in the chat we have put the Interprefy link, where you can get the interpretation services, as well as downloading the app. And Bryce, we move to the next session.
Okay, yes. Well, right now we are supposed to take some minutes to refresh, and we can save like some minutes. So I see that Yaobi is is there. So maybe we take 10 minutes. So maybe we will resume at 10:30. So let's take 7 minutes to refresh, have some tea if need be, and we go. What do you think about that, Susan? Want to proceed?
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We take a
break.
break.
Yeah, get ready to start by 10:30. So we'll have some more minutes that can be used by Abiyadi at the end to take the newcomers to what is an AFRINIG meeting.
Okay.
So
no
thank
problem.
you. If you have questions, we can still take them in the background of the chat.
In the chat. Thank you.
Yeah.